Warmly welcome to the Oslo harbour, Oslo Industrihavn. You can see behind me here an enormous amount of containers and also a ship, Ramanda, which is tanking oil, Equinor oil from Norwegian oil drilling. We are here doing a paddle out to make this ship stop its tanking of oil. And there are lots of reasons for it. This is Extinction Rebellion, Ende Gelände and Shale Must Fall together, united, live streaming in Oslo to really show the monstrous oil industry, but not only that, the social consequences of Equinor's, Norway's biggest and stately owned oil company, with the fracking activity in Argentina in the region of Vaca, Muerte, where children get leukemia, cancer in much higher degree due to the fracking there, where the water is totally contaminated. It's an area big as Belgium, where the Mapuche people are suffering enormously from this colonial activity driven by not only but to a big degree Equinor, a stately owned Norwegian oil company that is expanding its fossil driven activities both in Norway and in the global south. So now here we see these wonderful activists from 4 different Nordic countries. It's Sweden, Norway, Finland and Denmark as far as I know. And we have also an activist from Argentina, from this region, who, yes, it's wonderful, Esteban. We're going to talk to him later about the cruel activity of Equinor and other fracking companies in the region in southwest or western Argentina, close to Patagonia. We also, of course, want to address the monstrous effects of the oil industry in general. Norway tries to pretend to be climate leader almost, because it's investing in electric cars and so on, and decreasing its national domestic emissions. But the hidden story, the elephant in the room, is of course all the enormous amount of carbon coming out in the atmosphere from when all this oil is being burned in other countries. So it's a colonialism in another way, that we don't see the effect of the activity when engines are emitting carbon in other parts of the world. All of this we are of course against, and the first message today is that the fracking should stop and that Equinor immediately should leave the activities in Argentina and in Vaca Muerte, and leave the indigenous people, the Mapuche people, to be there in peace. So we see here the paddlers approaching the ship Ramanda, and the thing is that it's a security area. So once you enter the security area, as we have been told, the activity must stop. They must stop tanking this ship. We are not addressing the company of the ship, we are addressing Equinor, because it's Equinor drilled oil. But as you can see here, the 3 letters LNG are also important here, because LNG means liquefied natural gas, natural, which industry wants to call it, but it's of course fossil gas, with an even bigger impact on the climate, at least in the short run, because of all the methane emissions. And LNG, this gas, all the gas investments are really increasing throughout Europe. There's a gas boom. It's a boom of LNG throughout Europe, because countries say they want to get rid of coal and so on, and they say this is the eco-friendly, the climate solution, but it's absolutely only greenwash. Natural gas or fossil gas is just as bad, or maybe even worse. So now we see them approaching. Woo! Whoa! Extinction! Rebellion! Extinction! Rebellion! Some of these kayak paddlers are skilled paddlers and some are totally new, and they're still daring to do this because they are more scared about the impact of the climate crisis and about the impact of these dirty companies destroying the habitats of animals and people in the global south. Woo! And it's also wonderful that we are cooperating, Extinction Rebellion, as I represent, and Ende Gelände, the mass movement in Germany against fossil infrastructure with civil disobedience, peaceful civil disobedience, and also Shale Must Fall, a campaign aiming, of course, of this new gas explosion. So this is, in a way, both against fracking, which is both shale gas and shale oil. It's against the oil industry, and it's against Equinor that continues to pretend that it's a green company.
Frack off, Equinor! Frack off! Vi vill leva! Vi vill leva! Vi vill leva!
The police came just slightly before we headed out to the Oslo harbour here, but they weren't able to stop us because the activists are really prepared and really eager to go out to stop the oil tanking from the Equinor oil. And here we see the activists peacefully talk to the workers on the ship. We're always very cautious about being respectful to people working, even in the oil and gas industry, because it's not their responsibility in the first place. It's of course the system that has to change to prioritize our common future before profit. And they are now really getting closer than I thought they would dare to. So it's immensely brave of these activists. Some. Whoa! So please send all your love to the paddlers. And one of them is now getting into his polar bear
We love you!
suit. And we love you all. Please share this with all the people you know. This is a quite historical thing that three networks go together to combat the fossil industry in Norway, and also, of course, hello! Also, of course, the colonial fracking activities in western Argentina, in Vaca, Muerte.
I would like to know how many we are right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Är det 17? Kan någon dubbelchecka?
I can see 15, but they're counting so that we know that everybody is
Är det
safe.
17?
Not that I...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yes.
17!
17 paddlers and
17!
16 boats and 17 activists.
You can also just send the banner from person to person. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Extinction! Extinction!
Rebellion!
What do we want?
Climate justice!
What do we want?
Climate justice!
When?
Now!
When?
Now!
When?
Now! Now! Now!
Woo!
Now they are raising a big banner here. We'll see what we can read on it. We'll be able to read on it soon. helicopter are of course curious to know what we're doing here, and so far the police we have been dealt quite well by the police so far. We'll see if they are going to be gentle when it comes to this a little bit more hands-on and radical blockade of a security zone where oil is being tanked, or probably, as we hope, has stopped to be tanked due to security reasons. Nordic Rebellion, as you probably already know, or maybe some of you know, is mainly focusing on making peaceful disturbances in cities and making it obvious for the governments that we are not accepting the contact. But now we are also really going to the fossil more.
Okay, the ones who know this one, join me. What do we do with the drunken captain? What do we do with the drunken captain? What do we do with the drunken captain? Drunken oil farmers.
Hey ho, Equitanic.
Hey ho, Equitanic. Hey ho, Equitanic, heading for disaster.
Time to the mast until he's sober. Time to the mast until he's sober. Time to the mast until
and this live stream cooperates with a live stream going on at the same time on Twitter for every members.
Fracking kills in Argentina, fracking kills in Argentina, fracking kills in Argentina, Norway gains the profit. Hey,
I need kan du köra den här för att jag fick inte med. Ja. För jag har inte börjat på den tror jag.
We're always singing chants and changing them depending on circumstances.
Går det ner där eller?
Sailing boat,
Har du haft en
don't
lapp?
shout now, they need to communicate, otherwise don't shout.
Jag har faktiskt lapp.
We're on the sailing boat and we're trying to be as gentle and fine as possible to make that get hurt. And this enormous oil tanking ship is, as we have understood, stopped their activity due to our blockade. For security reasons, that was the plan as well.
Come on, everyone hang on to each other.
Whoa! Now we almost see the message. Ban oil, life over profit. And this is exactly what it's all about. The area where these fracking activities are taking place. If all this shale oil and shale gas would be burned, that would mean that 50% of the world's remaining carbon budget would be spoiled. Woo! Enormous
Beautiful!
crime going on there. So it's both the climate impact and of course
Alltså det där var för lätt med hållningen. Dag, du höjer upp Dag.
human rights and climate destruction.
Här.
Climate destruction so intertwined.
Another world is possible! We are unstoppable!
Another world is possible!
We are unstoppable!
another world is possible! We are unstoppable! Another world is possible!
We are unstoppable!
Another world is possible! We are unstoppable! Extinction! oceans are rising, and so are we. The oceans are rising, and so are we.
So please give us all support you can give, and we will forward it to the
We are rising up. Time has come to stir things up. Join the rebellion, join the rebellion. We are rising up. Time has come to stir things up. Join the rebellion, join the rebellion. We are rising up. Time has come to stir things up. Join the rebellion, join the rebellion. We are rising up. Time has come to stir things up. Join the rebellion, join the rebellion. We are rising up. Time has come to stir things up. We take your hey-ho. We want to celebrate the indigenous people that Equinor is being so evil to by singing this song, Hey Ho. Is everyone with me? Hey ho, take me by the hand, strong in solidarity we stand. Fight for climate justice,
fight for climate justice.
Strong in solidarity we stand. Fight for climate justice, fight for climate justice.
Fight for climate justice, fight for climate justice.
Strong in solidarity we stand. Fight for climate justice, fight for climate justice.
Fight for climate justice.
Strong in solidarity we stand. Fight for climate justice, fight for climate justice.
Hello, Esteban.
Hello.
So lovely to see you here in the sun.
Great to see you guys.
How are you doing?
Really good, really excited. We are here blocking, we're in the port of Oslo in Norway, blocking this tanker that is fueling with Equinor's oil. And the tanker is also running on LNG, which is another climate fraud. That gas is some kind of clean and rich fuel. We're here, I'm from Argentina, because Equinor is killing our people, is killing the Mapuche, the native peoples of Argentina, in Vaca, where they're one of the leading companies fracking our territory, doing there what they cannot do here. And they're hiding it here. The media don't say a word about this. Here they have a clean image. They try to present themselves as green. And it's very urgent that we stop this hypocrisy and we expose them for the climate criminals they are. That's why taking to the waters today is so important with the Nordic Rebellion, so we can stop this. And you know, we're not going to stop it with one ship, but we need to block Equinor's exports of oil all over the world. We need to block their operations everywhere, because fracking is a leading cause of methane emissions. The IPCC has just called for urgent methane cuts, and yet this company owned by the Norwegian state on your name is killing us and it's killing the planet. So it requires urgent action. In the name of the Mapuche that are being murdered with your money and on your name, I ask you to mobilize and not stop today. Let's block everything we can from them until they are forced to get out of Vaca Muerta and to stop fracking us.
Thank you very much. Really, really good to hear. And you said that we need to block oil production all over the world, wherever it appears. And this is a good start, of this blocking. I heard that you live in Germany now.
Yeah.
So we are both part of the Argentina movement and also of the German anti-fossil, the Ende Gelände movement as well.
Yes, very recently 3 weeks ago, we did a major action against fracking all over the world with you guys here as well. It was a global action, and with Ende Gelände we were in Brunsbüttel. I was part of the Blue Finger, and we took to the waters. We blocked with kayaks, like now.
Yes.
We blocked the busiest canal in the world. A similar amount of people were able to block this canal for 3 hours and cause some disruption.
Wonderful.
And it's a vital route of the global trade and the global fossil fuel and fracking industry. So it's time that we take to the waters. You know, the police have very little resources to repress us on the water. Look, this is a toy inflatable kayak, and we can be blocking a tanker
That's
from
wonderful.
refueling.
Very small and peaceful means we can block an enormous ship.
Yeah.
And at the moment they have stopped, as we have understood, the tanking of oil.
Well, we have just crossed the safety line, and they are forced by the security protocol that needs to be triggered to seize the fueling. So we will delay it for as many hours as we can. And of course, this is a small action, but imagine what we can do if instead of 20 we were 2,000 people. And all over Europe, you know, Europe is a continent full of canals, full of ports and full of water. And the empires of Europe were built on the water, the Dutch, the Spaniards, the British, and so on. So we also need, you know, the global south, all the extracted goods and silver and gold and hydrocarbons, they come to Europe by water.
Yes.
And how come the climate movement is not also on the water? So we need to get to the waters. Yeah.
Really good. Thank you very much, and
Thank
good
you,
luck
guys.
with your action. We'll get back to you later. If you have some last challenge for the viewers here that you want.
Well, that we have the power to stop this industry.
You didn't get the big one?
It's fine. You know, as you can see, this ship is owned by a company that claims to be a champion, a climate champion, because they're powered by LNG. Most of the LNG of the world increasingly is being produced by fracking, and has been shown by science to be even worse than coal in its carbon footprint. And yet
due to the methane leakage.
The methane emission and leakage. Yeah, it's 40 to 60% higher than coal.
And now in Europe, as I've understood, and as you said also, the gas, the fossil gas is pretended to be the solution, the climate solution to get away with coal, but as you say, it's just a fake solution.
Yes, and that's our duty from the Europe side of the climate fight, because the global south and the Americas are being destroyed by fracking to ship this LNG to Europe. LNG means liquefied natural gas, because in order to ship it here, it cannot come by pipelines over the ocean. They need to compress it and ship it in tankers, and also some tankers use it for energy. And it couldn't be farther from the truth. It's not clean, it's worse than coal, and we need to stop. This is the climate fraud of our time. Clean gas is a dirty lie, and it's stained in blood.
Thank you very much.
The children in Argentina are dying of leukemia in the fracking areas at a rate that is 3 times higher than the national average, because of your companies, because of Equinor. So please get this on the media, get this on the social media, because most of the Norwegian state-owned channels and media don't want to say a word about this, because they're owned by the same people.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So it's a double crime committed here in a way, that they use fossil gas in order to tank oil that is drilled in areas where there shouldn't be any oil drilling at all.
We are here, standing strong in our rightful place, solid as a rock, rooted as a tree. We are here, standing strong in our rightful place, solid as a rock, rooted as a tree. We are here, standing strong in our rightful place. Woo! Power to the people, 'cause the people got the power. Tell me, can you feel it? It's getting stronger by the hour. Power! People! 'Cause the people got the power.
People got the power.
Tell me, can you feel it? It's growing stronger by the hour. Power! People! People! Power! Power to the indigenous. 'Cause the indigenous should have the power.
The indigenous should have the power.
Tell me, can you feel it?
Tell me, can you feel it?
It's growing stronger by the hour.
Getting stronger by the hour.
Power!
Power!
Indigenous people's power!
Indigenous people's power!
Fight the formal power and the system!
Fight the formal power and the system!
System change, not climate change!
System change, not climate change!
What do we want?
Climate justice!
What do we want?
Climate justice!
When?
Now!
When?
Now!
Stop! When?
So we need to do this change now, and for new viewers, we are here in the Oslo harbour, the industrial harbour, a really important place, of course, for an oil nation as Norway. And it's 3 organizations. It's Extinction Rebellion, it's End of Fracking, the German mass organization against fossil industry, and it's also Shale Must Fall. Also a strong network against fracking and against gas expansion in Europe. And all together we are bringing the oil industry down step by step. This is the first, one of the first steps in and probably and hopefully expanding rebellion. And we got this challenge from Esteban from Argentina that it's actually our fault, it's our nation's fault that the fracking is going on in the Gulf.
Frack off Equinor! 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 Frack off Equinor!
Frack off Equinor!
We can also do an interview with Dag here. Maybe Dag first. Yeah, because
There's so many men here just, so I would like to
Okay.
have some. Well, we can talk to you first. Yeah, lovely.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. No, it's not your fault.
I can change.
I didn't say to you. I just said I just wanted to shift a bit. But you have the floor now. You have the sea now.
Right.
So how are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling all right. We are here, collaboration between EXA Norway, EXA Sweden, and End of Fracking, and EXA Denmark. And we are currently blocking this gigantic oil tanker from leaving port in Oslo harbour. It's just inexcusable that they continue to export oil from Norway without taking any moral responsibility for it. They are completely doing this with impunity, and it's madness, really. And we are sabotaging the Paris Agreement with this hypocrisy that is that we, as the richest country on earth, will continue to explore for oil, will continue to extract oil well into the century, like until 2080 at least. And with the current exploration contracts, it's going to last until the end of the century. We are basically bringing up the last oil in the world, and we're going to sell it to zombies, because everyone's going to be dead, and we're going to have social collapse way before that oil is pumped up.
Kan vi göra samma sak för norska
This is broadcast in 3 countries, but please say it in Norway, a short version. That's absolutely really welcome.
Yes. Här XR Norge sammen med XR Sverige, End of Fracking og XR Danmark.
XR Finland as well is in the stream as well.
XR Finland,
Yes.
selvfølgelig. Shit, sorry.
No problem.
Og vi blokkerer for øyeblikket dette gigantiske oljeskipet fra å forlate havn her i Oslo havn. Og vi synes det er moralsk forkastelig at Norge fortsetter å eksportere olje og gass i stor stil for å bli enda rikere, drive med enda større vekst, enda mer. Til tross for at vi er det rikeste landet i verden, det mest privilegerte landet i verden, så skal vi fortsette å produsere olje og gass til 2070 med eksisterende plattformer og ut århundre med plattformer som de nå leter etter og planlegger å åpne.
Thank you very much. This colonial aspect of rich countries going to the south and like in a hidden way exploring indigenous people's land, is that something that there is a debate on in Norway? Do people know anything about this? About Equinor's activity in Vaca, Muerte, you think?
No.
No.
No, it's completely unknown and it's a scandal that just needs to be uncovered. Equinor is currently bragging about doing fracking on indigenous lands in Argentina, on Mapuche land, and nobody knows. We had a major discussion about Equinor in the United States because Americans were very angry and protested the fact that Equinor was poisoning their land, their water, their air. But when Equinor then shifted from the United States to Argentina, it was completely it was a secret that only Equinor knew about. No media channels, no political discussion about it, and we need to have a discussion on whether or not we will want to do fracking and poison land, water, and air, and cause major methane emissions from fracking in Argentina. Really, like, if the public really decides that yes, we will colonialize that land and we will destroy their water, land, and air,
wish,
and cause brain damage and premature birth and death, then sure, then I will probably still protest, but I will at least be satisfied with the fact that we have had a debate about it. But the fact that Equinor is doing this silently is making me very, very angry, and I just cannot accept the fact that.
And we have seen that they're also trying to ignore our activism here in Oslo. The Equinor are really skilled at ignoring the protest against them. Do you think we will succeed this time to really get out the message of how dirty they are?
I think Equinor is very good at keeping the head low, sure.
Yeah.
But, we've had massive media attention.
Yes. On the rebellion.
And also the action against Equinor on Thursday, which was against fracking, and suddenly this will also come out, and Equinor cannot hide. They cannot hide in their offices. Everybody knows that they are majority state owned, and that they are. We as the Norwegian people, we have the power and influence to change that company.
Esteban put forward a really straightforward challenge to Scandinavian populations. Everybody watching the streams. That's basically your responsibility to make media do something about it, to make your governments act, because your governments are actually killing our people. What would you say when you hear these things? It's a really strong message to us.
Yes, I absolutely agree. We have the moral responsibility to act, and the duty to act against this, because we are wreaking the benefits of other people's disasters. And it's just the simple fact is that we don't experience it, that's why we allow it. So this is just a moral outrage like we have never seen in 70 years or something. Like, I just cannot live in this time and age and know that this injustice is being done with my money, with my tax-paying money, is going into subsidizing fossil fuel and fracking on indigenous lands elsewhere. It's just intolerable.
Thank you very much for participating from really the sea level here in this interview. Thank you, Don.
All right.
Extinction!
Rebellion!
Extinction!
Rebellion!
What do we want?
Climate action!
What do we want?
Justice!
When?
Now!
When?
Now!
When?
Now!
Water flows in us. We are water, we are. Water flows in us. We are water, we are. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. The air flows in us. We are the air, we are. The air flows through us. We are the air, we are. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. The earth flows through us. We are the earth, we are. The earth flows through us. We are the earth, we are. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. The fire flows in us. We are the fire, we are. The fire flows in us. We are the fire, we are. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. Rebellion flows in us. We are rebels, we are.
Handen upp, handen upp!
Rebellion flows in us. We are rebels, we are. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live. She gives us life, she gives us life, she gives us life to live.
Hey guys!
Hi. Welcome to the live stream studio.
Thank you very much. Oops.
You have to come really close, so we'll see. Oh.
Don't ask me about the facts.
No, more in general sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Hey,
Hi.
are you live streaming right now?
yeah, we are live
Hey,
streaming.
guys.
So you are
Hey, so I already mentioned that I actually don't know all the specifics.
all the specific facts.
No.
But who knows
Hey, guys.
all the specific facts? It's really wonderful that you're here. And who are you?
My name is Agnete. I'm from Copenhagen. And I'm here as an action supporter again today. So my job today is, we're a big support team today because we're out in the water and it's really important that everybody feels safe. So I'm one of the two supporters who are here in the water. So I have some food, I have snacks, I have like a warm blanket and stuff. And yeah, just to make sure that people feel safe. 'Cause that's really important.
Do you feel safe yourself there in the water?
Yeah, I do. You know,
Wonderful.
so many of these people I had never met, only one of these guys. And now we've been here a week. And I've had so many wonderful connections with different people. So I actually do feel safe because we've already managed to build really strong connections with each other and friendships.
Wonderful to hear. We talked a lot with the other people about equity and about climate injustice, not least because of this issue with the disastrous fracking in the Vaca Muerte region. So I just would like to ask you in a general sense, what do you think about these issues in terms of equity and about the global north and global south and climate destruction and so on?
Yeah, you know, that's really one of the things that is like a key motivator for me to join this movement. I deal with a lot of guilt about what's happening because I'm a extremely privileged woman from Copenhagen, and I find it very hard to live in this world and know that I have everything handed to me basically, and I just need to use these resources to kind of try to undo some of these great injustices.
Yeah.
The climate change problem is created in the global north, and it's the global south who have to deal with it first. And there's just no solidarity. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional.
I totally understand that.
Yeah, but it's been a long week, and
yeah.
And now you ask me about such a personal matter. Yeah.
And I know you are really involved in this also in other parts of life, as
yes.
In your.
Yeah, I'm kind of drifting away. Yes, yeah. So I'm studying economics at University of Copenhagen, and my goal or my dream is to to hopefully write a PhD in development economics and also some environmental stuff.
Yeah.
So wait,
take care.
Guys. I'm coming.
Yeah, you can take a little break there so that you make this work.
But if you can still hear me, then I'll just speak a little bit louder.
Yeah, I think we can.
So, yeah, like I also I hope that we'll have system change. Okay. But if we don't, I think it's very important to also have people with a strong sense of solidarity and justice within the system. Yeah. So that's what I do in my 9-to-5 life when I'm not here. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
As an economist, or soon to be.
Yes.
Soon to be.
Wonderful. We talked a little bit about fear. I mean, it's a bit scary for people. I mean, I don't know, maybe you're a very skilled paddler, but they're really, some are really experienced and some are not so. So some people might be a bit scared. Mm-hmm. And of course, we are paddling up to this enormous ship, which is really part of a huge and powerful system and a powerful fossil industry. What do you when you talk about fear? Do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, I do. So my job this week has basically been that people who have fears, if they're like rational fears, then solve it. And if they're irrational fears in some way, try to comfort. So I've actually kind of shut down of my own fears.
I see.
So I found my courage, and I find my courage with the people who are getting arrested. Yes. I'm not in, like, just as you heard before, I have all of these cool plans for the future, so I'm not willing to get arrested at the moment. Yes. Hold on, I just need to hear it's important.
There's a people assembly. People's assembly.
Okay.
Yep. We're going to have a people's assembly here.
Now.
Now.
Your greetings to all the Scandinavian countries watching here. So thank you very much, Agnete.
Thank you.
Nu blir det kallare när det börjar blåsa. Och då är jag väldigt glad för att jag fick låna. Jag ville ju det för det var väldigt varmt nyss. Är det någon som har hört något om Greta då? Om Greta kommer? Ja, hon skulle från annat i Norge.
The weather is on our side. And there's no storm at least. Everything going fine.
How are we going to assemble?
Hi there. Are you also participating in this assemble?
People are yours to hold on to.
Talking about the Norwegian oil industry, that Norway has built an enormous wealth on oil drilling and in some strange way managed to give an image to the world of a climate leader. And I don't know exactly the numbers, but as I've been told and as I've read, just a tenth of the real climate impact of Norway's oil drilling is really accounted for in the statistics in Norway. So that's also why it's possible to hide the real impact, because the burning of the fuels and also some of the extraction from the state-owned Equinor is done somewhere else. So that's why we really need to take a stand here and make a kind of corridor through the Norway and also the other. We have, of course, Sweden, and I come from, and Finland, our own fossil monsters in Sweden, Vaca,
I have an update from Blaine.
owning lots of carbon units,
so it looks like boat is
still owning lots of carbon units in Germany. And we have Lundin Energy, which is actually also benefiting from the big licenses that the Norwegian state has handed out. And we have also in Finland, Fortum also doing really dirty fossil infrastructure projects throughout the world. So we are joining together, so it's not like Norway is the only dirty country here, but in one sense, of course, we want to focus on the oil making here.
They are still filling up.
Ja, den blåste av bara. Det var därför jag tog av mig den.
Can we stop them to...
Would you like to go sit here?
Are they still like filling the oil?
Yeah, they do there.
Repeat the message.
That's good because like if they did.
All right.
Welcome here.
Tack. We find the way to go.
You're now on live stream in whole Scandinavia.
Ah,
How is life in the
Life's good.
in the kayaks?
Vi har det bra, stoppar skurkar.
Really good. And I really loved your singing. It echoed all over the harbour. Thank you very much.
Mic check. Mic check.
Someone wrote in the channel before that we had a global link to go on. Does media know?
That we had a global.
That we could go XR global?
Okay, but my phone is...
Is there anyone in media who can try to get some information about that?
Maybe if you could just tell the XR Global that this is going on, so that they could copy our stream and share it.
Share the live stream.
Share the live stream, yeah.
Who can do that?
Caroline, she has the contact for this.
Sorry.
She has the contact for the global live stream.
Who?
Caroline has the contact.
Oh, Carolina. Yeah. Okay.
If you can teach her.
Caroline. Yeah.
Går det att någon gör det? I media, jag har inte det här.
Oh, can you do?
Per, kommer du hit eller?
No,
Ja,
call
altså
Caroline.
sitt der og ligge og flytte, men vi skal ha et lite møte bare.
Now you get really
Kommer du hit? Vi skal ha et lite møte.
practical inner infrastructure of Extinction Rebellion, how we try to reach people in a
Yes, we are.
decentralized and
We are really getting inter-Scandinavian now.
flat organization.
The boat is Swedish.
Yes.
Yeah, Ramanda is Swedish. Jävla svensk.
Captain, they need de behöver en tamp.
Men som fyller den.
They need a tamp.
Yeah. Denmark, we're good.
Yeah.
We're not involved with this.
No. Now you can be happy that you didn't take the oil like 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
No, we did.
Yeah, well, you gave it away.
So polar bear, how is life?
Still our, we're still getting the license.
Hot. I can imagine. And it's getting hotter with global warming.
I swear if it goes up 1.5 degrees now, I'm passed out.
Yeah, I totally understand that. But
You needed rope?
Yeah.
We're having the people's assembly.
There's like a pool of sweat in the bottom of my...
Nei. James.
So here we are, still blocking the big oil tanker ship with Equinor oil in a LNG ship, which combines two crimes, both the extreme problems with fossil gas and shale gas in general, and of course also the problems with Equinor's oil production and Equinor's fracking in Mapuche area, in Vaca, Muerte, in western Argentina. So this ship really is a concentrate of lots of bad things that we need to combat in a peaceful way. And now it seems like the kayaks are haunting us here. Trying to keep up with this sailing boat. I think they want you to back a little bit. Hello there. How are you doing? I'm trying to work out some democracy here. Yeah. And how is that going to be performed on a floating scene?
We will figure it out. Improvise, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Improvise.
Improvising. That's great.
It's a good part of the
Yeah.
So how does it feel here to be together, rebels from 4 different Scandinavian countries, and working together with End of Fracking and with Esteban from Argentina, from Mapuche land, and also from with Shale Must Fall. Fabulous.
Great. Awesome.
Okay.
The global south and the global north coming together to stop the climate criminals.
That's
yes.
wonderful.
Can you stop live streaming now, because we're gonna have a
Yes.
ban raid.
So now you're not going to join us in this democracy moment, but so you can just wave to all the viewers and say we were going to go back and stream later. So good luck with your meeting.
No, hold on. We're gonna have a
So there's just like